me say this real quick before I continue. You are pissed that you're a single mom. You are pissed that you're single. You're pissed that you got to go to work. You're pissed that you got a husband. At what point of life are you not pissed? You got a husband, you're pissed. You got a family, you're pissed. You got a job, you're pissed. You're single by choice, you're pissed. I'm a single mom by choice, you're pissed. I'm strong and independent, you're pissed.
I don't know. We listening to it at the same time. Black love often traumatizes black women.
And let me show you what I saw. Here we go.
Person, and I'm pro-black, and I love my community, and I'm always talking, and I'm always advocating for black men, and I always get treated like this, and it's not fucking fair. It's not fucking fair. Y'all go out your way to be disrespectful. I have not called that man a bitch or nothing. So for you to go out your way and disrespect me, to say that's why God made you a woman, because you think like a bitch, you're a bitch. All because I didn't like your rebuttal and I said that you need to stop insulting my intelligence, because every time I say something, I have to be questioned. And like, I'm not well-traveled, like I'm not educated. You don't even...
Let me say this, and I will say this with my whole chest. Oftentimes, black love comes at the traumatization and abuse of black women. I said what I said. If it does not apply, let it fly. But that is what I consistently see on a regular basis. Very rarely do I see a healthy black couple. And if there is a couple that manages to stay together, it is because the woman has put up with so much trauma and abuse. Our men are traumatized. They need help. And if you partner with someone who is unhealthy, you will soon become sick and unhealthy yourselves. So ladies, black love is cool and all, but I'm going to tell you that you need to go where you are loved and where you are respected.
So in other words, what she's saying underlyingly is that white people do it better. Now, this is where I get confused with the code. And I'm going to play it again and then I'm going to comment on it. I just want to play it all the way through. So she's going to take some random Generation Z, because that child was young. Shout out to her. She a baby compared to this old woman. Some young girl got on the internet. We have no details. We really don't know what actually happened. I want to know, does that young lady have free will? I'm raising my hand. I need someone to answer me. Does that young lady have free will? Do you all know that you are welcome to leave any relationship that you want to? Child, I'm not talking about these knocking your head between a washer and dryer relationships that y'all seem to want to get into, that you seem to cherish, you seem to love. But what you also don't need to do is come onto the internet. I thought y'all was into therapy and healing and speaking to people and getting it all out and all those types of things. Child, that's why y'all go to tonight's conversation. But we already know that they also come over here to the talk. And the fact that you just sit here and, again, just blame all men like they're not two people in said relationship. If that man ain't doing what it is that you need, why are you staying? Why is it that you continue to allow him to talk to you that way? Why is it that you sound so desperate? I thought y'all wasn't settling. Because, child, that sounds like a settling situation to me. But come on, child.
So I had to take a little break from work. I'm scrolling TikTok. And let me show you what I saw. Here we go.
Person, and I'm pro-black, and I love my community, and I'm always talking, and I'm always
What did being pro-black have to do with anything and you love your community? So in other words, because I'm pro-black and you black, I'm black, and we black, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to take alleged abuse and I'm going to allow someone to treat me improperly because I'm pro-black. Now listen to that. I'm pro-black and I love my community, so I'm going to put up with abuse. That person needs some damn help. And instead of this woman saying that, I need to reach out to her because she needs to speak to someone, because she needs to talk and know and understand that being pro-black and loving your community does not equal abuse. And anybody that thinks that that's the case, you are the problem. You are the one that needs to get help, because anything that doesn't serve you right, you need to go ahead and move on. And stop worrying about what everybody else has to say. But if y'all want to put up with a facade to make sure that you look pro-black, I told y'all about these pros, y'all. I done told y'all about these pros. then you go right ahead. Those results are yours.
Advocating for black men, and I always get treated like this.
Oh, and she advocating for black men, and she always gets treated like this. So it seems like it happens over and over and over and over again. So what is the common denominator there? Instead of old Shirley here trying to talk to her or reaching out to her to tell her to go get some therapy, you're clearly making some incorrect choices. What are the type of men that you're looking at and looking for? Now, any man can be a problem. Let's not get it twisted. But if she's the one that's saying over and over and over again, she continues to keep making the same mistake over and over and over again. So when does she bear any responsibility for the choices that she's making?
It's not fucking fair. It's not fucking fair. Y'all go.
Life is not fair, but your choices and your consequences, you need to own them. Is this racism? You know, they always want to use racism as an excuse for everything, child. Is this racism? Somebody let me know.
Go out y'all way to be disrespectful. I have to.
Y'all go out y'all way to be disrespectful. So it sounds like you're accepting disrespect. Where's your backbone, sis? Where is your backbone, sis?
Call that man a bitch or nothing. So for you to go
Well, as long as she ain't call him a bitch.
out your way and disrespect me, to say that's why God made you a woman, because you think like a bitch. You're a bitch. All because I didn't like your rebuttal and I said that you need to stop insulting my intelligence, because every time I say something, I have to be questioned.
Every time you say something, you have to be questioned. So it sounds like, in my opinion, that you're being controlled. You need to leave. Now, I'm not saying it's abuse, but if she's saying, based off of what she's saying, if it's that bad, why are you staying? And I listen, I'm a woman too. I understand you love somebody, it's hard, but guess what? Is it more important to satisfy them, or is it more important for you to be able to hold your head high and say that you're not putting up with anybody's abuse? Child, in my opinion, you like it, we love it. Coming on to the talk ain't gonna make no difference if you're gonna turn around and go back to him. How many times have we talked about this Generation X way back in the past? Child, to your bestie, don't come to me about that man no more if you're gonna continue to go back to him. I'm not trying to hear it. Leave me out of the group chat. Ain't that what they say today? Nah, they like TikTok is a never-ending group chat, y'all.
And like, I'm not well traveled, like I'm not educated. You don't even.
So you're well-traveled, you're educated, and yet you're here on the internet crying about some man that disrespects you and doesn't treat you right. Okay, well-educated and well-traveled.
Let me say this, and I will say this with my whole chest. Oftentimes, black love comes at the traumatization and abuse of black women.
Of course, because there's no one else in the relationship except for black women. They're the only ones that get wrong. They're the only ones that have the issues. They're the only ones that are put upon. They're the only ones that are traumatized. They're the only ones that get abused. Poor black women. Poor black women. They got to stay in these relationships with these men. But y'all, aren't y'all boycotting white people? So for you to allegedly advocate for white men goes against the boycott of white people, because all white people want to do is take out black people. You see where the code gets a little confusing? See, I'm always going to bring the code in now because childish code is getting on my nerves. I can't follow it. I mean, I understand that I'm not on code, but in order for me to get on code, I got to understand the code, and the code ain't making no sense. So we got to be down for each other when it comes to Carmelo, when it comes to Nolan. You got to agree with Caricature and Frigidaire and all the fools that are saying foolish stuff. But then when it comes back to the real life, the real world, quote unquote, even though we're talking about the talk, and a black woman get up here and start talking about black men, because like I said, crust, dust, rust, and must, it's always your fault. And when you are here and you're alive and you're doing whatever you're doing, not necessarily the dude that lady is talking about, but the stand-up men that are around here that I know in real life, forget all them, right? Forget all them. Nobody got any appreciation for you. This is what you get. You get this stop right here with her whole chest. Then you got the young lady here whining and crying, talking about y'all ain't shit, you ain't shit, you ain't never gonna be shit, you ain't never been shit, and all you got is shit. Die by the police, by the oppressor, or a white person that be out there saying, it's not right. You're taking our black men down. Make it make sense. Where is that in the code?
I said what I said. If it does not apply, let it fly. But that is what I consistently see on a regular basis.
Because you hanging out with a lot of traumatized people. I do not see this on a consistent basis, and you need to get off of TikTok and look at real life.
Very rarely do I see a healthy black couple.
Get off the internet and look around.
And if there is a couple that manages to stay together, is because the woman has put up with so much trauma.
If there happens to be a couple that stays together, it's because the woman is so put upon. She has so much trauma. Black women put up with so much. Black women go through so much. Black women gotta do this. Black women gotta do that. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it. Damn, y'all some martyrs. I tell you, y'all the best of the best of the best. All this putting on the back that y'all be doing.
And abuse. Our men are traumatized.
Of course they are, and you all are so well lived. You know everything. The most educated going through all. That's what that little girl just said. She says she's educated. So basically, she part of the 92%, as I'm sure Esmeralda here is. So then that means that they know everything. And you're not going to tell me, and y'all are the problem, not us. Y'all do the wrong, not us. Y'all be telling us what to do. Y'all be doing this to us. Y'all know we can't go outside. Y'all know that you put all this trauma on us. Y'all. That's what it is.
They need help.
Yes. Y'all need help, Sassy Straights. Again, from another blonde head, big woman, black woman. Y'all need help.
And if you partner with someone who is unhealthy, you will soon become sick and unhealthy yourselves. So ladies, black love is cool and all, but I'm going to tell you that you need to go where you are loved and where you are respected.
Well, you know, if a star tells you, because she and that's a star hood, then you know you got to listen to Auntie here, child. I think you should listen to someone that has some common sense, but y'all be going to Kendra Gilliams for relationship advice. A person who not in a relationship, ain't going to be in a relationship, ain't never been married, barely engaged, cheated on her man, had one AB. Yeah, I'm always going to run that resume down, because you're not going to get out here trying to tell everybody else what their problems are, and you can't even do what the hell it is that you're preaching. But we already understand and know she black, I'm black, we black. That's supposed to be in the code somewhere to say that you got to listen to every black person. Maybe that's the damn problem. Maybe, again, you should be teaching this girl, instead of getting on this internet and talking about black men are bad, men are the problem, women don't do no wrong, women are 100% right, because that's basically what she's saying. It's the same old shit, different bitch. Like I keep saying, every black woman does everything right. All black men do everything wrong. But as soon as they need y'all asses to come to the rescue, y'all better be there. They don't think ahead. They not thinking about what it is that they do to contribute to their own issues. They're not willing to take an introspective look at what their issues might be, why they keep choosing men that treat them badly. Probably, you know, I'm not even going to get into the reasons why. We already know the reasons why. And then you're going to come on here and get indignant about it. Girl, if you don't go on some damn way. Anyway, y'all keep making the same decisions. Y'all keep choosing the same type of person. Y'all continue to get into these same situations. Then y'all want to blame someone else. This does not sound like a person who's educated to me. Y'all be dumb as a box of rocks just like your kids. But y'all, what the hell do I know? Y'all make sure you hit the like button for me. Hype this daggone video. Comment. I see you all in the next one.
Appreciate y'all. See y'all. Never.